Your compass spinning like it's possessed. Your phone screen dead black. Then suddenly, your skin tingles, like the air itself is charged with electricity. Some people say you've just stepped onto something ancient, something invisible, something powerful. In 1921, a British amateur archaeologist named Alfred Watkins was riding horseback through Herefordshire, England, when he noticed something strange. He looked across the countryside and realized that ancient landmarks, burial mounds, churches, standing stones, and even prehistoric trackways seemed to align in perfectly straight lines. Watkins had a wild theory. What if these weren't just coincidences? What if they were part of a massive ancient system? He called these alignments ley lines. And once he mapped them out, it was hard to unsee. They formed invisible paths that stretched across continents, connecting sacred and mysterious sites like Stonehenge, Avebury, and even Glastonbury Tor. But here's where it gets weird. These alignments didn't just exist in England. As others took up his research, they began to find the same patterns across Europe, and eventually the globe. The Great Pyramids of Giza, Machu Picchu, the Nazca Lines, Easter Island, Mount Shasta, the Bermuda Triangle, all of them seem to lie along these energy highways. Now, depending on who you ask, ley lines mean very different things. To geologists and skeptics, they're just arbitrary lines connecting ancient landmarks because humans love patterns. To spiritual seekers and conspiracy theorists, there's something much more. Some claim they're natural energy veins of the Earth, like the planet's nervous system. Others think they're electromagnetic in nature, resonating at frequencies that can affect human consciousness. Some even claim ley lines intersect at vortex points, places where the veil between dimensions is thinner. Still, others believe ley lines are interdimensional highways used by ancient civilizations, extraterrestrials, or something else. Could they be responsible for the strange sightings, missing time reports, and spiritual awakenings people claim to have in these zones? Let's talk about some real experiences. In 2004, Joanna Mercer, a writer from Manchester, took a solo trip to Glastonbury Tor, an ancient hill believed to be at the crossing of several ley lines. She planned to journal quietly on the hilltop, but just as she reached the summit, she described the air changing, thicker, heavy with static. Then everything went silent. Birds stopped singing, wind stopped blowing. That's when she saw a man in a red robe standing several feet away, facing away from her. She turned to grab her phone, but it was dead. When she turned back, the figure was gone. Days later, when she developed photos from her analog camera, she noticed something terrifying. A figure, barely visible, standing behind her in one of the shots, and she was alone, or so she thought. Our next story is of Miguel Torres. Miguel, a mountaineer from Chile, claims he and his friend encountered what he describes as a rip in the air near an ancient Incan site while hiking a ley line that cuts through the Andes. He says the air shimmered like a heat wave, but when they approached it, they felt a pulling sensation, like gravity was shifting sideways. His friend actually passed out. Miguel says the next thing he remembers is waking up over a mile from where they last were, with no idea how they got there. He later found out that that spot was a powerful ley line convergence point, one of the many crisscrossing ancient South America. Some researchers believe Earth has an energy grid, like a planetary version of a human nervous system. Ancient Chinese philosophy talks about meridians. The Earth, they say, has its own. In fact, places like Sedona, Glastonbury, Mount Shasta, and the Great Pyramids are believed to be vortexes where this energy concentrates. These vortexes are often high in geomagnetic activity, reportedly the source of spiritual awakenings, and sites of recurring UFO sightings and unexplained phenomena. Others go full X-Files and suggest ley lines are bridges between dimensions, where time, space, and physics behave differently. Some ancient cultures even left clues. The Aboriginal Australians have song lines, mystical paths connecting the land. Druids reportedly knew of dragon lines flowing with energy. Hindu temples often lie on these paths, claiming the gods descend there. Is it possible that ancient civilizations understood these lines better than we do today? Now here's where things get interesting. Declassified documents from Project Stargate, the CIA's remote viewing program, mention ley line zones and geomagnetic anomalies as useful for expanding psychic ability. Rumors also persist that secret government bases are intentionally built near ley lines. Why? Some believe energy manipulation, surveillance tech, and even interdimensional testing might require natural electromagnetic hotspots. Why spend billions studying ley line adjacent areas if they're just pseudoscience? What do they know that we don't? There's a growing community of ley line walkers, modern explorers who actively map, walk, and meditate on these ancient lines. Some claim they've received downloads of information, experienced out-of-body journeys, and witnessed orbs, light beams, or invisible beings. There's even apps that now exist that attempt to map ley lines in your area using overlays on Google Earth and GPS. So you could be living on a ley line and not even know it. So what do we make of all this? Are ley lines real? Are they a long-lost technology used by ancient builders and extraterrestrial travelers? Are they just the result of overactive imaginations connecting dots on a map? Or are they the key to understanding a deeper truth about our planet and ourselves? As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, stay weird.